And I'm driving in the car, and he gets from me, so I stop. And he starts circulating my car nonstop. So I'm like, so I get out of the car, like, shoot them one, they jump into the car. And I'm just like, I pull them out, they jump back in. And I'm just sitting there in the middle of campus, hustling with these two dogs. And Jason pulls up behind me, he's like, and he gets out of the car and he helps me drive the car. And he gets out the shoe. I just jumped into his car. Jump into my car.
Okay, let's look at some tests this morning. You'll have to help me put the brake on it. Wait a minute.
I don't know what my phone's at. Just freaking out. Hope I'm not dead in the car.
Jessica not here yet. William's here. Dylan. William got 9 out of 10 multiple choice correct. Ben.
I still like that. We're over there. Casually getting like, yeah, the only person.
Everyone else does earlier. Stephen going to make today?
Most there's
Probably live stream.
yeah, I know. That's probably too major.
Not here.
Just because there's probably more
And
stuff
Robert's
you
not
really
here.
have as opposed to.
Jessica's not here.
Like
Okay, on those multiple choice, just check real quick. If you have a question, please ask why. Well, 1 is C, 2 is B, 3 is B, that's in boy, 4 is C, 5 is B as in boy, 6 is B as in boy, 7 is C, 8 is B as in boy, 9 is B as in boy, and 10 is C. There was no A's and no D's.
What is 2?
Number 2 is B as in
I
boy.
put B, but it says wrong.
Okay, might be repeating or something.
Yeah, because I was reading. Because,
Your raise?
yeah, because.
Yeah, I picked up the other. Okay, and. If I have a question on any of those, all right, when I give you a paper, right, maybe you'll have a question.
So you're welcome. Yeah. It's not. And I looked at it. And she said, okay. She said, okay. She said, okay. And then she looked at me. Oh, I know. And then she looked at me. And then she was like, wait a minute. And I looked at the calendar and I went, I said, okay. Thank you.
I was gonna learn that.
Got a check for it. I knew that was going to use that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a check. I think that's a check. Yeah, I would say so. And I will back. Wait, what? Oh, okay. I knew I was going to get that one. Get 17 right. Wait. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a check. Just because it's like, there's no X. That's a check. That has to be a check.
All right, your paper has been graded. Some of you had such a mess. Uh, you had 12 here, and you had 11 there. You had 13 somewhere else. Didn't do 14, so you had a mess when you organized. Now, the 6 students who took this yesterday, I was trying to organize it for them. I would tell them to put, number 11 on the thermal paper, number 12 on the white paper, so theirs was organized the way I would like it. Some of you, whew, you don't have any organizational skills when you turn in work. All right. This test counts 105 points, and the first part you got on the Scantron is worth just 20. I just counted those two apiece. And William and Kelly got 9 out of 10. That means they start off with an 18. They can still make 103 because the test is worth 105. Okay. Now, let's look at the solution first off of each of these problems. All right, the first one you debit simply merchandise inventory and you credit accounts payable. And you trade the accounts payable for notes payable. And then you pay the note 60,000, you pay interest of 500, you credit cash of 60,500. That's the one I wanted you to do. Now, some people, a couple of you did this one, and I'll still count it. You did the second part, whereas you debit accounts receivable and credit sales. And then you would debit notes receivable, credit accounts receivable. Then you would debit cash, credit notes receivable, credit interest revenue. Some of you got those two mixed up together. Or you never even mentioned cash when you got the money for the note. Or the case I wanted is the money.
I thought you said you didn't want the borrower on question 11.
The what?
I thought you said not to do the borrower on question 11.
No, I wanted you to do the borrower. So did you do
I just
the seller?
credited
Huh?
the credit.
Yeah, but if you did this one, it's okay too, William. All right. Either one. All right, now, folks, that is worth 10 points. If you didn't try, plus 0. Now, on the front of your paper, I want you to number, on the front of your paper, I want you to put 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Right in front of your table. Find a bare space there. Put 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. All right. Now, when you number your paper on the front, which one did I strike out for paper? 16? 16. Put a plus 0. All right. We're going to put pluses down to get 85 points. Got 20 on the scan card. This is 85. That makes 105. Okay. On this one, if you didn't try it, it's a minus 10. If you miss one entry, it's a minus 3. All right. As long as you tried it, it's a minus 5. So if you tried it, put a plus 5. If you didn't do anything, put a plus 0. If you only missed one entry, put a plus 7. No, I have to repeat all that again.
On your answer, if you got all the, like, if you got the question right, you miss like 1 or 2 plus 7, you at least 10 plus 5.
I got all the right plus 10.
Yeah.
Plus 6. Plus 6. I know.
The hardest part for me is class. People getting like realize like merchandise. Yeah, and that's the hardest part. It's like, what are you gonna pull without? You know?
All right. Now, some of you may find the problem where you're working, whereas I couldn't find it. Okay, that's 10 points. Are we good? Some of you got 10, some of you got 5, some of you got 7, some of you got 6, one person got 8. All right. Number 12. All right, number 12 is worth 15 points. So you're going to have a plus 0, plus 5, 10, or 15. Now, the wages was 840. Probably 90% of you got the 840. Got the double time. All right, the deduction, some were given to you, and you had to find the total deduction of 313, and you got 527 cash paid. All right, when you went down to the employer's taxes, Social Security, Medicare, you could have separated like you did here, because 50 decimal 40 and 12 decimal 60 adds up to 63. Then there's state unemployment and federal unemployment. All right, now here, let's look at this for a minute and see what happened. Now, why was it just 600? First off, who got 480? Who got $4.86? Just 3 or 4. Why was it just 600, Alexandra? Hold on. It was a limit.
Yeah, maximum earnings of $7,000.
Maximum earnings of 7, and then how did you multiply and get 6,400, subtract and get 600? Multiply his wages for January, February, March, or something. But that's what you had done. You had got his total wages for January, February, and whatever week it was in March, added up, it would have been 6,400. 6,400 on 7 would have been 600. However, I'm going to take it. If you multiply it here by 840, I'll still take it. Who multiplied by 840 here and here? Kelly, what did you multiply by? I see you made. And, all right, if you multiply by 840, Kelly got 2856. I'll take that. And she got 672. I'll take that. All right, so put an X on it, put a check on it. All right. Is that your clear?
Yeah. See, I can get the numbers right. I don't know. Yes.
I didn't even find your problem. You got all the answers. Okay. All right, so if you got it correct, 100% put 15 on front of your paper, plus 15. All right, if you missed any part here, if you missed the 527, just put a plus 10. All right, 8820 here. What was your total, Kelly, when you used 840?
28, total for payroll tax?
Yeah.
98.28.
I'll take 9828 here. Okay. All right, so -5 if you miss this, -5 if you miss this. So +15 or +5 or +10. Nothing in between. If you didn't try it all, +0. 0, 5, 10, 15. All right, and we move on to number 13. Thirteen is also worth 15 points. Two journal entries on payroll. All right, you had to debit the salary expense. You had to credit the various payables. You may have had to calculate. But I looked at this key figure here, $107,580. All right, when we did the payroll tax expense, of course, I looked at the entry. I looked at the total of 13,725. I don't think you had any tricks on limits here. So if you tried it and totally missed this and this, +5. If you didn't try it, +0. If you missed this part or either part, you'll be a -5. If you got it all right, +15. If you missed this, +10. If you missed this, +5. So you got a 5, 10, and 15 again.
Right.
No question on 13. So +15, +10, +5, +0. If you just missed one thing, like McKinley back there just missed salaries payable, but he had everything else correct, only took off one. He just didn't add and subtract right, so I just took off one. And we move to number 14. 14 was only 5. It's like a bonus. That's why your test is 105. But I was pleased that at least a third of you got that correct. At least a third. When you read all that reading, it is confusing. But you ended up saying damage awards and fines is 570,000. It's like an expense. But you had the EPA fines payable of 405 and the litigation claims payable of 165, simply because it was most likely you would have to pay it. The damage and fines will be disclosed on the income statement under other expenses. So if you didn't try that one, +0. If you got it right, +5. If you tried it, +3. You did not have to do part 2. Number 15 is worth 10 points. Starting a partnership with 2 partners. If you didn't try it, +0, of course. You got it 100% right, +10. All right, it'll be somewhere in between. If you tried it and completely missed it, +5. All right, here we put in cash, accounts receivable, inventory, land, building. We credit the accounts payable, mortgage, and the capital. And Gentry put in cash. Noel put in cash of 70. And Gentry sold him, I guess, 50,000. And of course, we credit Noel's capital. So he got cash and part of Gentry's capital, which is 120 for Noel. Okay. If you didn't attempt it, 0. If you got it right, 10. If you tried it and completely missed it, 5. If you tried it and only missed one little item, I'd only take off 2, which would be a +8. You put your credits in the right place, then I'm only gonna take off 2, +8. You got everything right, just move the credits up. You couldn't find it. Oh, you did it up here, let's see. Well, you learn pencil so light, you can't see it, but anyway, let's see. Made a bunch of entries. I'll give you a +6 on that. You know,
We missed the bus.
y'all missed the bus?
Yeah.
On purpose, of course. Now, if you were with Carlos, I would believe you. Since you were with Eva, I will not believe you. All right, that's 15, 16. We omitted 16. A couple of you tried it though. 17, another little easy problem, omitting a partner. 16 is 0, of course. 17 is 10. Now 17 is 10, and look at it. +10 if you got it correct. If you didn't try it, +0. If you tried it, it's a total mess, +5. And we'll look at anything in between. But Kayla gave up 20,000 capital, and Adam gained 20. Here, Adam put in some cash, but Kayla and Lee had to give up capital, so Adam ended up with 24. And here, Lee gave up 13.5 capital. Doesn't matter what Deaton paid her for it, and credit Deaton for 13.5. That's omitting a partner under different situations. So you got a +10, a +5, or +0. If anybody's missed just one little thing, I'll look at it. Okay, you just missed. You missed this for about $100. Well, I'll give you a +7. Yeah, all right, now the last problem on your test is worth 20 points. If you got them all correct, +20. If you missed them all, if you didn't try, 0. I'll look at it in a minute. If you got A, B, and C out of 20, I would have gave you 10 just for trying them. So if you got those 3 right, I'll give you probably 16.
Okay.
16. So if you missed this bottom one, take off 4. If you missed this bottom one, take off 4. If you got these 3 right, that'd give you 16. There's 12 answers worth 20 points. All right, now turn over the front of your paper and add up your pluses.
For 14, I would have a 93 right now. Worried about this one. I put it down as like, just paid it off. Get that 3, 4.
Yeah, that's why I was giving you a half of 5 is 2.5, so we'll plus 2.
Okay, all right. That's okay.
Also, you and he was probably behind on that.
Well, I.
All right, if you got your pluses, add it up. You only got D wrong. You only got E wrong. Okay. Minus 4, yeah, plus 16. That's 1/2 where you get 3. That's why I put -2, so plus 3. All right, take your pluses on front. Now, if somebody got 85, add it on to, I guess 18 was the highest, that'd be 103. We'll get to your bonuses in a minute. What did you end up making, Franco? No, what was your final grade? Take whatever you added up on front. Says the 8, now add that, no, add that to the front. Part 2. Okay, add it on, 308. Put that on the green page. Anybody make over 90? Long-term bonus, what did you make? Kelly made it 98 without all the bonuses going again. Okay, not bad, Miss Kelly. All right, Rod? Take this one. Add it to this. I have a match bonus here. Okay, Kelly, your mark, I'll get a 5-point bonus for having problems. Only 2 people out of 26 having homework that day.
And then you
And
had
you
another,
had more than anybody else.
you had another one that you said was.
Haven't got to that yet.
All right.
Who did the comprehensive problem? That's 5 points. So Kelly's already got 10 points, added on to 98. He's up to 108. Okay, I took up another problem. Barbara, which one was that? All right,
It was 4A, either 5A or 6A.
it was one of those last assignment problems. I think 6 people picked that. So who had that bonus? About 6 people go ahead and add on 5 more. So Kelly, you ended up with 113. Do you want to loan anybody those 13 points? You want to give them to anybody?
I might need them on the other test.
I didn't think so, Kelly. But anyhow. All right, everybody good? I'll take these up. I want your grade on the green, I want your final grade on the green paper, final grade on the green paper.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, I didn't really study it.
live with her. You're like unfortunate, you're like probably like 33.
111,
So
not bad.
Yeah, no. I did better on it.
Okay, out of the 10 up front, that was 111, that was 115, 3 other 8, couple of pennies. So out of 10 up here, 7. Well, big there.
I need to get my hair braided.
I like that. I respect that, dude. Did you hear about the yeah, I like it. Really? What did you see? All small.
Yeah, but my goal is 130. And I don't mind to break it down. Like, I'm thinking people 130 hours, so that's a lot of money. You know what
Okay, all of you did well. Half the class, of course, I've got 3 or 4 I haven't graded, but half the class made A's on this test. So that's not bad. So now we start incorporation. So put this test behind you. I think I only had 1 person, I've got 4 to grade, but I only had 1 person out of 26 so far to fail. And that's not bad either. So if you all will keep that up, you'll be happy and I'll be happy. Okay? 3 auditors from West Virginia came down yesterday. Mr. Hyman and I met with them. I learned a little bit about the audit in West Virginia. They are state auditors. They do some forensic auditing, and they audit towns and cities and counties, the government. So it's almost like governmental accounting, but they do audit. There's other auditors in the state of West Virginia, like state income tax audit, sales tax audit. They have legislative auditors that audit the state college universities. And he said now the state of West Virginia gives fire departments about 50 million a year. And they have not got around to auditing any fire department. I think all those fire departments are honest. And these fire departments have those little raffles. Are they honest with the money that they get from raffles and other little fundraisers? So they will start auditing the fire department. Now, they offer internships. They want 3, like round up 3 for this summer. You'll probably have to be a junior or senior and have auditing, take an auditing or have it behind you. Anyway, I don't know where they get their dorms or what, or from some college, but they've got 5 rooms, and if you went to Charleston, took an internship, they'd pay you $15 an hour, that's $600 a week, and they would give you a dormitory room. Now, when you do that for 3 months, and you want to work for them, they'll start you out with $42,000 a year. And then after 6 months, you get an automatic $2,000 raise. So in 6 months, you'll be making $44,000, which is not bad to start. Now, Michael, that went to the accounting firm up in Marietta, he started off with $50,000. Okay, so there's plenty of jobs out there if you're interested in accounting. Now, Giorgio, I'm going to talk to him about that internship. I think he's wanting to work for a master's. But if he went to work for the West Virginia State Auditors, they would pay for his master's. And they'd reimburse your money that you spent on passing the CPA. So, state of West Virginia would be good to work for in that aspect. And the thing about it, he said, you say where you are now, you wouldn't have to move to Charleston. They want some to move to Charleston. The internship, you'd have to go to Charleston. But they have so many counties in this area here, who live in Bluefield, who live here and work for the state of West Virginia. They don't have to move. So, plenty of jobs out there. If accounting is your thing. A few of you hate it. Only a couple of you are deeply in love with it. And the rest of you can take it or leave it. Some of you have to take it because it's required. But anyhow, plenty of opportunities available. Okay, now we started the other day on corporations. And we know it's a form of organization like a proprietorship or partnership. Does anybody remember a couple characteristics of a corporation? Do you remember any characteristics?
Dividends, stock and stuff like
They
that.
pay dividends. Yeah, we'll call that a characteristic. They pay dividends to the owners, and dividends is similar to withdrawal for a proprietor. What are some other characteristics of a corporation?
You must pay federal.
All right, the corporation pays taxes on their income, and then the individual owners pay taxes on dividends. Okay? But some of those tax rates on dividends are low rates. They may be down as low as 10 or 15%. All right. Some other characteristics?
Limited liability to the holders.
So that's one of the important ones. Limited liability. They can only take what the corporation owns. My brother had a truck company. He had about 16 coal trucks. And I talked to him in incorporating. And a week after he got incorporated, one of his drivers ran over a mountain, ran through a house, the kitchen, bedrooms, obstructed everything in that house. The people were sitting in the living room and it wasn't touched, so we didn't kill anybody. But the whole house was demolished. And, of course, he had insurance that took care of it. But if he'd have killed somebody, insurance wouldn't have covered. They would have just bankrupted the corporation. But they wouldn't take his personal assets if they're incorporated. Or through an LLC, limited liability company. So corporations, that limited liability is a big. It has unlimited capital because they can raise more capital and they sell stock and they sell bonds to raise capital. They could have a long-term notes payable. All right, stock is ownership, bonds are liability. You'll be seeing those in these two chapters. What about stock first? All right. Also, a corporation, we mentioned limited liability, unlimited capital, but continuity of life also. I told you I own some shares of Disney stock. If I die, Disney's definitely not going to close down. All right? That's continuity of life. Now, if I have a proprietorship, when I die, it's gone. It is no more. If I were in a partnership and I died, then one that's led has to organize a new company, a new partnership, or partnership, or whatever it may be. So a corporation has continuity of life. And we know there's big corporations in manufacturing, such as our auto industry, our appliance industry, our cell phone industry, what have you. Manufacturing products. We know we have retailing, large corporations such as Walmart. Sears used to be, they're losing most of their stores. Kmart used to be, they've lost a lot of stores. Magic Mart used to be, it's totally closed down. Not all of you are familiar with Magic Mart, some of you are. Rosie's, it's still doing okay. Richlands, and I think still in Mercer Mall, isn't it? So, anyway, I think Walmart and Amazon hurt stores like Magic Mart and Kmart and Sears. Okay. The service industry, our big accounting firms, they do audits, they do accounting work. That's big corporations, big companies, they're big partnerships. But in the service industry, our big law firms are service and so forth. Our banking industry is a service industry. They may sell a few products, checkbooks or something, but very little retailing in the banking industry. Okay. All right, so corporations are here to stay. Now, Serbia. Ladies, what is Serbia? Is it capitalism or socialism or communism? What?
And it used to be a
Communism is where the government owns 100% of everything is about.
Before we were born,
Right. Does the government own anything in Serbia?
It was like when our parents were growing up.
All right. In this country, the government owns the military, of course.
I'm not even joking.
How about a postal system? How about a post office?
Yeah, we do.
Who runs it?
Country.
Government? Well, we do here. All right. Now, a lot of you young folks, I guess, why are you called the millennials? Why are you called millennials? Hear me?
That we were born in so like the 19 from the 20 to 21st century we were born in, that's what they call us.
Okay. I don't know what age that would be now. 18 to 30, I don't know.
18 to
case here, most everybody, say it's 16. Uh, Anyway, uh, so you're millennial. Now, when a lot of our politicians guarantee you free education, sounds good. Everybody like to have free education. A lot of people, you don't have to pay anything for it. They don't do us well. But if the government gives you free education, then they're controlling education like they control post office and the military. And if the government gives you insurance, all right, then they are controlling the insurance industry, and that becomes socialism. So how about y'all's insurance? Like, yeah.
So it works different. So we don't have to pay for hospitals or education is free and just you can any type of insurance for hospital.
You go to doctor, hospital anytime you want to, and all that?
Yeah, so you have to be either employed or a student or like a kid. Yeah, so as long as you're in school or employed, you're receiving it and all. Basically everyone is getting it. And then education is free.
It's a little bit of socialism. Now, how about France? Don't they provide free medical care? Free medical care.
Like, you have like just be like, help, cost of it.
You go home, you go home for Christmas? You stay away from all the, protests? What are they protesting about, Frank? Higher wages, more taxes. That's what I like saying. All right, how about Argentina? Frank, though, what kind of government do you have?
Like insurance, right, so you have to pay.
Yes, buy your insurance. Education,
Education is free.
education is free, so everybody. All right, how about Spain, Eva? Is education free? It's what?
There's public and private, just like this.
So you have public,
Public is free and then private.
private is cost. How about healthcare? Free? Right. Right, different countries have different setups, okay? But the one I heard most common, is, the health insurance is free in some of the countries, some not. The education is free in some of the countries, some not, and so forth. But in our country, even though education is not totally free, a lot of the community colleges in Virginia, the counties are paying full tuition for the first 2 years of the student's college. So we're getting there to some degree. But in our country, there is no excuse not to get an education, even if you have to take out loans. Okay? You can get an education, okay? All right, so that's each person's opinion and each person's option. Our country may go some of those directions. We have people opposing some of those directions. And your voting age, all of you can vote. So keep up with those issues and vote for the people you think does what you would like to see happen. All right. Don't have my textbook with me, but what exercise did I ask you to do today? What exercises?
13-4.
All right, those were short exercises. And now I want to get back to Sim Gauge for a couple of minutes. Now, Arthur said he was 70% complete. I know he's been away for tennis and so forth. But in order of priorities, what do you put first in your life? Family, religion, your education? Now, I sure hope Morgan a good education before McDonald's. But I'd like to see Morgan have some other career besides McDonald's. Yeah, it'll be okay. Well, I had one senior student, Tanda. She's a manager for Bojangles. She went to work in the county, but Bojangles paid her $50,000 a year. Her 20 years old, a manager for Bojangles. And when she graduates this May, that's probably 21 or 2 now. When she graduates this May, they're going to send her to corporate office in the county. So, and they have the board. McDonald's is a big operation. Okay. All right. But anyhow, Sim Gauge. How many of you are 100% finished? Well, you made a 98 or 97. You're 100%. Have you submitted? Kelly, have you submitted yours? Yeah. 12. All right. Now, Kelly, once you submit, can you go back in and you can still go back in and bring up an 80 to a 90 and resubmit it? And Millie says no, and Kelly says yes.
I mean, you can get it, but not just go back.
You have to like redo it.
You have to submit it.
Oh, you have to go back to question 1. Redo
Well,
the
when
whole.
I did mine, it's like, I just had to check my work again. Like it kept my answers, I just had to check my work.
Okay.
But I did last time.
All right. All right. Now, anybody else besides Alton that's not 100% finished with chapter 12 and 11? 11 should have been finished a long time ago. How about 12? Anybody besides Carl?
Oh my God.
All right. The tennis players.
Yeah, I like that.
All right. Now, I will give you to midnight Friday to have that submitted. Okay, midnight Friday. That gives you quite a bit of time. Okay, so get that out of the way because 13. Now, who has started Sim Gauge on chapter 13? How far are you? 85?
I haven't started.
4%. All right, let me give you some fresh assignments. Remember to have 13, 4, 5, 8, 9, 13, and 14. Those were due today. All right, now 13, those are exercises. Now 13 problems. I want you to try 1A, 2A, and 4A. All right, we're not going to start any of these exercises or problems today, so I'm going to let you go. That test made some of you feel good, some of you depressed. So I'll see you on Tuesday.
See you next week, Professor.
All right, take care, Kenny.
You too.
Let's see, you're baseball, right?
Yeah.
Another game coming up Sunday?
Yeah, on Friday, we're leaving to South Carolina. Class.
First game or just?
We're 3-1 right now.
Okay, good.
Well, the remake. Yeah, but it's not really. Well, let's see, if you put 20 then, and you hit them like.
Right now, you say you were golf on
I'm
the
the
golf.
golf. Yeah.
They haven't started anything yet. No. Right. Yeah. Yeah, the weather's not been good for golf. Yeah, we need to start. Well, golf course, we need to practice on.
So right now we're playing indoors. So we're going to play like
Indoors, it's not good, it's just pitching, I mean, not.
yeah, you can practice too much.
It's not indoor, I don't know.
We have like single, you know, where you can give.
All of it.
I'm getting there. I'm getting
Get there. What those countries back?
I know. Something mistaken.
You know what pay was?
It's still better than us.
Yeah, you did okay.
It's gonna be even better than next one.
Alright, hope so.
Or sir.
Okay, have a good day. See you
Okay,
later.
y'all too, uh-huh. Yeah, you're right down here.
I wanna see you.
Okay, I reviewed a test this morning. It came in great for reviewing a test. All right. In fact, I've got it over there now. And I use tax forms. It comes in great for reviewing a tax form.
Well, see, I'm using Westlaw in my legal research.
Yeah.
And so I wanna,
Or pamphlets or handouts. Now, I mean, you can zoom this thing in, you can change the color, you can even take a picture. I could take a picture of that book and have it next year if I wanted to.
that's handy.
So it's easy. He just downloads the app on here and it's good to go.
Okay,
And you actually have 3 cameras. You can put the camera on you, or you can put the camera on students, but it'd have to be raised up to pick up the students.
I understand. But, yeah. We'll see, like with you, I mean, I have an Elmo, an older Elmo, but it's not gonna connect.
But you
to-
know, if you don't like to write or notebook, I mean, you know, this thing's perfect, you know, and
Yeah,
I can make it clear, I can zoom in or whatever. But see, it picks up your writing beautiful, you know.
that's why I wanted.
Yeah,
I do, I have a use for it a lot, but
$99.
since I've gone live stream, I don't,
Okay, $99 is what what Brian said they paid for these. They ordered extra. So, you're teaching business law, right?
sure
Where do
is.
you want one at? In that room over there?
Well, I want one over in D450,
You should
because
call Brian.
I have 3 live stream classes. you see.
Okay, call Brian and then also tell him to download the app. He'll download the app on your Surface Pro.
I'll call.
Hey, it's handy. I like it better than Elmo, and it adds to my class. I could just show.
Well, I
some
mean,
different
I want to be able while I'm recording the live stream lecture, to be able to say, let's take a look at this, and let's take a look at
things.
that,
Exactly, a document, a form.
all that stuff.
So it's good. So just call Brian. He'll get you one. They got extra. They ordered some. $99. That's not bad.
I one myself, I won't get.
They'll get you one. Just call Brian.
I'll call.
He likes my Elmo. Which I'm glad. I went over a test this morning and, you know, instead of me just calling out answers, it was easy for me to just put my answers here, journal entries, and they could check their papers if I made mistakes on grading it. And so they could see the correct answer. But as he said, he's got documents and things. I'm sure if you teach business law, you've got legal documents and different things. Yeah.
That person has called several times, however,